description of the gymnasium that we're sitting in tonight. Good to have you with us here on BMU TV. I'm Jim Funderburg along with Eric Herman. Chris Malenga, the young guy that normally is with us doing the play-by-play, is sitting over in Columbus here tonight. I've been told, and probably he said it was working, but you never can tell. He might.
It is Columbus, and the good old Zach the Hat is down there, so you never know what's going on down there.
You never can tell exactly what is going on there. When Mr. Malenga does not show up, it becomes my job to do the ball game tonight, and we are looking forward to this tonight. It should be a very interesting basketball game. Good yardstick game, E, before we get into the playoffs here, as these two teams face up tonight. As we talked about before we came on the air tonight, you really have a team in Napoleon, 14-6 overall, 10-3 in the NLL, a team that really has been good most of the season. But in talking to the broadcast crew there from Napoleon, they said they're not going to wow you. They're not going to come out and put a lot of points on the board. They're going to play some good defense. We're going to look for a ball game that's going to end up in the 40s, and that's kind of what we're expecting tonight.
Well, the second half of the season, that's exactly what Brian's been coming out and playing, Jim, is playing some strong defense, having a little trouble getting the ball to go into hoops. You know, we saw the JV team could not find the rim to save their lives in the first half of their game. They finished a 43-35 ball game in Napoleon's favor. But, you know, even here, it's a different setup here in the Grand Canyon, Jim.
Yep.
The basket tank from way up high in the sky. On our end, where we're broadcasting from, you know, you got the balcony behind them. The other end, about what they have in Bryan minus the state, but it's a totally different feeling over here.
It is, and our ladies, to your point here, went off for an over in that first quarter in the JV game. They were down 12-0 at the end of the first quarter, battled their way back. It was 22-12 at the half, but as you said, they finally fell by 8 points, 43-35, and I'll tell you, one of the things that I did, I went down and talked to the official scorekeeper. Pretty decent night here for Lauren Robinson, for Kayla Lemon, both of those young ladies with 9 points tonight, and Caitlin Lucas with 8. So the Lady Golden Bears, once they got the feel for the Grand Canyon, as you said, E, the way that it lays out, the way that the baskets are, they started to warm up in that second quarter, and they played a pretty good basketball game. If they could have wiped that first quarter out, basically that would have been a winner for this team, because it would have ended up with the Bears on top on a 35-31 score. But unfortunately, those 12 quick points that Napoleon put on the scoreboard in that first quarter, and the Bears not able to connect on any shots, made it a little bit too difficult for them to get back into the ball game here tonight. Game being brought to you tonight by Brian Ford Lincoln, Northwest State Community College, Krill Funeral Home, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home, Genesis Healthcare, the Athletic Boosters, and Brian and Whelan's Auto Repair. We'll take our first time out. When we come back, we'll get into this ball game, start to tell you about the young ladies that are going to be a big part of it tonight, and get ready for the starting lineups and the tip here from the Grand Canyon on BMU TV.
They say there are strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bears student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting
just play one and come back, and then
this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join.
I could hear you and then you can't hear me.
636-4536.
Welcome back here to the Grand Canyon. Jim Funderburg along with Eric Herman as we're just getting ready for the tip-off of this ball game tonight. E, you know, the Lady Golden Bears, they've started to play much better basketball here of late, and they have played some of the tougher teams in the NWAL very hard here in this month of January.
Yeah, Brian comes in currently tonight at 2-5 in the NWAL, 6-13 overall. But as you alluded to, Jim, they have played caliber of teams of what Napoleon has up to this on paper tonight.
They really are. We're getting ready here tonight for the national anthem, but as we said, Napoleon comes in at 14-6, 10-3 overall in their conference. Both these teams will be heading to Leipzig here on the 16th. Bryan will play Elida in the opening game, and then Defiance and Napoleon hook up in the nightcap. As we step away here for the national anthem, when we come back, we'll bring you the starting lineups and tip this ball game off here at the Grand Canyon in Napoleon.
The changes to Ford's lineup for this model year included vans, the Transit Connect passenger van, and as well as a full-size transit cargo and passenger van. I'm standing, yes, standing in the new transit van that takes the place of the Ford Econoline. It is truly an amazing vehicle. This is just a medium roof. It also comes in a high roof. It's available in a cargo van up to a 1-ton as well as a passenger van. This is a vehicle you truly have to see to believe.
I had what is common these days, a knee replacement. I was a week in the hospital in Bryan, Ohio, and then they gave me a choice of where to go. And the truth is, I wanted Genesis because it's close to home. Very good staff, very, very knowledgeable. The stay here was really sensational. I'm on the road to recovery, and I wouldn't have been had I not come and stayed here.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
Back here at the Grand Canyon on BMU TV as we take a look a little deeper into the starting lineup here tonight for the Napoleon Wildcats. They will start at the point guard, Lexi Woods. Woods is averaging 5.4 points a game. Olivia Bainfield will play one wing. Olivia at 10.3 points per game is leading the Wildcats this year. Taylor Rieger will play the other wing. She's been averaging 6 points per contest. Carly Cruz will play one of the forward spots. Cruz averaging just over 4 points a contest, and Bethany Blackwood will be the other forward. And Blackwood on the season averaging just over 8 points a contest. They are coached by Corey Kreinbrink. Coach Kreinbrink came over from North Central last year, and his father is a longtime coach at Leipzig, and so the Kreinbrink family has been in basketball for the better part of 3 decades around Northwest Ohio right now. On the other side of the equation there, the starters for the Golden Bears tonight.
Lady Milesmore, Delaney Miley will start off tonight, along with Allie Meyer, number 22, number 24, Braylee Krupp, number 32, Kennedy Lambertson, and number 42, McKenna Grube will be the starting 5 for the Lady Bears under the direction of Todd Grossley in his first year back.
Kind of an interesting situation for these two coaches to be not rookie coaches, but back in their first years with their respective teams. And for the Golden Bears, as you said, and Coach Grossley to come back and take over the reins after stepping away for a few years and coming back down, and I think it's just done a magnificent job with the basketball team. Because when you look at the Bears tonight, Miley is a junior. You'll look at Miner, a sophomore. Krupp is a freshman. Lamberson is a freshman, and McKenna Grube is also a freshman. So you're looking at some young ladies who are very young, only 3 seniors on the basketball team, and it will be an interesting contest tonight, as it's always difficult to play over here in Napoleon. But I think you've got a basketball team that has done a real good job in the second half here of the season, starting to put a few things together. When you just take a look at the record, you probably wouldn't think that. When you take a look at a team that is 6-13, but this is a basketball team, as we said, that took Delta to a 2-point contest back on the 14th of January, 57-55 loss for the Bears. And then they followed that one up with a 45-34 win over Swanton. And probably the biggest game that they played all year long, and the biggest heartbreaker they've had all year long, the loss in overtime to Evergreen, 56-54, back in the last Thursday night of January. And as we said, they will get ready to head down to Leipzig on the 16th to play a early ball game at 6:30 against Elida, with the winner of that game drawing of all the rough contests of a night. They have to play Ottawa Glandorf, and as we've said so many times, OG, they just seem to stamp out good athletes down there, whether it's men or women. These boys and girls just keep playing, don't they, huh? So we'll tip things off here. It is Grube in the center, along with Cruz. And the tip will be controlled by the home team as they head towards us. Down towards the bucket and underneath and cut off back out in the corner is Rieger. Rieger bounce pass over to the left wing, but a nice job by the Bears to be in front of Lexi Woods. And Napoleon will have to reset things again. Bears coming out and playing basically a zone as the ball goes inside. Looked like it might have been a ball, but it was not. And Charlie Cruz will make the first bucket of the night to put the Wildcats up 2-0. Full court pressure, but the Bears able to get past that timeline in a hurry. And the Bears set up and get ready to go. Miner in the backcourt along with Miley, and Miley stops, has the ball stripped away. Number 5, Bethany Blackwood, that takes it away for the Wildcats, and the varsity team getting off to just a bit of a slow start as well, as there's not enough movement on that end. Shot is blocked. Good job by number 10, Delaney Miley, as the ball goes to the other end and a little bit high and over the head of Bailey Krupp and out of bounds. So the Bears with 2 turnovers early, and they trail 2-0 here. We're just a minute into the first quarter. Number 4, Rieger brings it to the front court. Ball ends in Lexi Woods' hand and back to the top of the circle. Bears playing some pretty decent defense, but a very, very, very patient team. Blackwood tosses the ball to Lexi Wood on the left side, out above the 3-court line, and then back across to Bainfield. Bainfield has the ball knocked away, but picked up by Taylor Rieger, and a whistle and a reach-in foul will go against the Bears.
That's not going to be
and
a
it will
Miley.
go against Delaney Miley, number 10. For Miley, that's 1 personal foul. And the inbounds will be on the side right in front of the Bryan bench. As Lexi Woods with her right hand dribbles to the right elbow and then stops and throws it back, and the ball a little high and picked off by the Bears. On the other end, Lamberson goes the length of the floor, and then the Bears with the attempted pass through it. Lamberson over to Bailey Krupp, who kicks it out of bounds. So that's 3 turnovers now for the Bears, and the Bears again with no points here 2 minutes into the game. Taylor Rieger sizes the Golden Bears defense up. And Wildcats work the perimeters, and then they throw that pass to the low post and an easy lane to Bainfield. So the junior has her first bucket of the night, and it's 4-0 now. Takeaway. Bainfield, and Bainfield drives to the rim and lays it in. Just like that, the Golden Bears find themselves down 6, and Coach will take a timeout here, and we'll keep this one right here. Big E, this is kind of the way that the JV started, and we were hoping for a little better start here for the varsity.
Yeah, Coach Gene saw that right away, Jim, and called the timeout as they were coming down the court there. He wasn't going to allow this one to play without making some adjustments.
Had to do something there. So the Bears will talk things over. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Golden Bears down 6-0. And they have 3 turnovers on their 3 possessions, and the Wildcats again now pick up full court. This one will come into Allie Miner. And Miner and Lamberson in the backcourt. Taylor Rieger picks up Miner, and Miner says, "See ya," and she heads the other direction down the lane, and she will be fouled. Heading towards the rim, number 5, Bethany Blackwood picks up the foul. Miner with the opportunity now to go to the charity stripe and put the first points on the scoreboard for the Golden Bears. Coach Kreinbrink was down lobbying his case that his player Blackwood went straight up and down. The official didn't quite see it that way. First free throw was a little bit deep. It's the back of the iron and comes back out.
That's Gross Gene basketball. From what I remember, Jim was telling the girls, if it's not going right, you just drive it underneath and take what you get.
Second shot on its way, and that one is good. So the Bears finally with a point, as Miner scores 1 out of 2 from the free throw line, and it's 6-1, and the Bears pick up full court. All the way down to the end comes Bainfield, kicks it back outside, and Taylor Rieger connects her first 3-pointer of the night, and it's now 9-1. Bears break the pressure, and a double dribble call will go against the Bears' Kennedy Lamberson, and that's turnover number 4 here on the night so far for the Golden Bears. Bring Kayla Arnold off the bench. First substitution of the night for either one of these basketball teams, and Arnold will take her spot now on that Bryan defense. 2-3 zone here early on. Ball goes inside of the paint. Well, I'll tell you what, number 5 is camping there. Blackwood's going to get a zip code if she stands down there any longer than that. 3-point goes to the wing. Bainfeld has another bucket, and I think they called that one a 2. So Bainfield now with 6 points already on the night. Bears down 11-1, so it's very reminiscent in a turnover and a walk, as the Bears just having all kinds of problems. Miner turns that one over, and that's 5 turnovers now on the evening already for the Golden Bears. Grube is 42. She's playing the post. She's locked up right now with Maddie Nye, who came in that last dead ball. She's 33. Bainfield shows and goes, and she knocks the lay-in down and will get the foul. So Bainfield now with 8 points on the night.
She's a 24% three-point shooter and 42% with the field goals. She is... Found my line across there, Jim. 10.3 points a game, so she is at that. Well on track to get that.
Bainfield knocks down the and one, and it's 14-1 now, and the long pass will be way out of Grube's range, and it will go out of bounds and bounce off the wall on the Bryan end here of the gymnasium. So the Bears now with 6 turnovers here in the first quarter, and they really have been unforced. Nice block by Grube on the inside as Bainfield tried to take it to the hole, and then again, just the pass too far for Arnold, and that's turnover number 7 in the first quarter. And as I said, really an awful lot of them are unforced just like that. Not being able to really hook up at this point in time, and the score right now, Napoleon 14, Golden Bears 1, halfway through this opening period.
Bryan and Jim's not even getting to the basket to shoot anything at this point. They have one missed shot.
Nice job by the Bears, by Miner, to take that ball away, and then they travel and turn it right back over. And that is turnover now number 8. So you cause a turnover, and then you give a turnover away. By comparison, only 3 turnovers so far on my unofficial scorebook for the Lady Wildcats here early. And you're right, we're not even getting a shot on our end. Things had to settle down just a little bit. Rieger drives and then kicks outside, and Bainfield will give the ball up to Wimpton. Down onto the left corner to Woods, and then back out front again as Rieger tests the defense and then dishes the ball off to Woods. Wood dribbles to the free throw line and then tosses it over the head of Nicole Lumpkin and out of bounds, and that is now 3 turnovers, or 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers there on the night for Napoleon. Sitting down for the Bears will be Krupp, and coming off the bench is Riley Sabins. And the Bears again with that full court pressure, but it's been very light pressure, and they've been able to break that.
It's just ball handling skills tonight, Jim, as we just, Arnold going across there, fumbling the ball right across the half court.
All of them just having some troubles here early on. Grube with the basketball, kicks it back outside to Miley. Now Miley drives right side. There'll be a whistle as she heads towards the rim, and I think Kylie Kramer will pick up the foul. That'll be the first on Kramer.
They are calling it both ways, Jim. They're not letting any ticky-tacks happen here, to use the term.
2 team fouls for both teams right now. As the inbound pass comes in for a 3-point shot, and that ball is missed.
Miner with the only shot so far tonight, Jim.
Rebound comes off to Rieger, who brings it into the front court. Kicks it back out front, and then the lob pass down underneath gets tipped away by the Bears, and it will remain with the Wildcats. That's a good job there by Grube to get a handle on that basketball that was heading down towards Maddie Nye. You're just joining us, 2:40 to play here in this opening quarter. Bears down 14-1 as the inbounds pass is bounced in and controlled by both young ladies, one from the Bears and one from the Wildcats. The jump ball situation will go to the Bears as the arrow is pointing their way. And just like that, Arnold will check out after being able to draw that jump ball, and back into the game comes Kennedy Lamberson. So the Bears have 2.5 minutes now to try to turn this ship just around as they are down 13 early. If you didn't catch the pregame show, the JV team was down 12-0, and then they fought their way back. Nice bounce pass across the court, and the whistle and the foul as McKenna Grube tries to collect that basketball and go up towards the rim. The foul will go against number 14, Kylie Kramer.
That's her second now, Jim.
At the line for Brian, number 42.
And because it was a shooting foul, Bears will get an opportunity to shoot a couple here as McKenna Grube eyes the first one and sends it towards the rim, and the Bears miss the front end of 2 here again. So they are 1 for 3 from the charity line. And as you said, E, they have just been miserable from the floor here early on, but again, it takes a little time sometimes to kind of warm up to this gym. A whole different look than what they're accustomed to here tonight. Second shot goes up and it's also in. So Bears have hit the back end of the free throw pairs that they've had tonight, and it makes it 14-2 with 2:12 to play here in this opening period. Woods comes down, kicks it over to the right side. It goes down the corner, and the Bears take the basketball away. That's Kennedy Lamberson to Miley, and Miley will bring it to the front court. A little shake and bake action, and all the way to the rim, no good. Put back by the Bears, draws a foul. And again, that was Grube again that came in to collect that basketball as she was taking it back up to the rim. The reach-in foul go against number 5, and that's 2 now on Rieger, so on Blackwood, I mean. So interesting situation. 4 team fouls now on the home team, 2 on the Golden Bears here.
Blackwood won, Jim, that we discussed pregame, 18.2 points per game, so you know it's a high score. Nice to let her sit down for a little while.
Good situation to be able to get her in maybe a little early foul trouble. And
But
again,
she hasn't made anything. I mean, Beinfeld is really the one that we need to pay attention to tonight.
Yep, she has been. Olivia Bainfeld has, 9 points I've got her down for right now. Is that what you've got her for, E2?
Yeah, 8.
She's got 1 free throw, too, so that makes her 9.
Yep,
How's
yep,
that?
I missed that one.
You know, I'll tell you what, the one thing that we always miss Mr. Malenga for is he sits there and does the play-by-play, and because that computer's almost like a second arm to him, he also is tapping in those numbers while he's doing the ball game here tonight. So it takes 2 of us to replace you, Christopher, if you're out there watching right now.
I missed giving her one of her field goals there.
So we'll go back to the charity line, and that's the only place that the Bears have been able to break the ice on that end of the gym here tonight as they trail by 12, 14-2. And Grube has 1 of those points, and she'll try to maybe add a couple more here. First one again catches the left side of the rim and bounces away. And the Bears now need this one to stay at that 50% mark on their free throw shooting here tonight. Grube bounces it, deep knee bend, back up, and knocks that one down. So Grube now with 2 points, both on free throws. Only other point is for Allie Minor, and now the Bears applying that pressure in the backcourt. Wildcats break it, kick goes down to the left block, and the lay-in for Bethany Blackwood. So Blackwood has her first bucket of the night, and the Bears go back down by 13. We've got to find a way to hit one from the floor right now, E, because if we don't start getting a little warmer out here from the field, this is going to be a very long night.
I think once they start to see him, Jim, and get in a rhythm and some idea that they can do it, confidence that they can do it.
Sabins took a shot from the left wing. It actually hit the left side of the backboard and went out of bounds, and the ball will go back over to Napoleon. And I've got the Bears down now for 9 turnovers on the first period, which is not a good way to start. Ball being fought for out around the midcourt stripe, and you've got to like the effort right now by McKinney Grube. Kick goes down inside with the post, and we've got a 3-second call. Good call by the official. There's been a lot of camping down here on this end of the floor. Coach Kreinbrink not real happy about things, but I'm telling you, number 33 has her own zip code down here at this point in time. She's been standing down there that long. So good call, I think, by the officials. Bears have an opportunity to score here with 48 seconds left in that first half, and instead, good quick hands by Lexi Woods knocks the ball off the hands of Allie Miner and out of bounds, and that's 10 turnovers now in the opening quarter. So Napoleon has the ball with 40 seconds to go. See if they'll hold for that last shot. They won't. Woods will kick it down on that right corner to Nye, and then back out to Woods, and they'll play pass with it. Cross court, free throw line, into the lane, jump shot, no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Napoleon. Back up off the side of the backboard, no good. Controlled again by Napoleon. Another block by the Bears, another block by the Bears, and I'll tell you what, pretty nice job by Riley Sabin. She got about 3 of those. Shot on the other end won't go, but blocking foul will go against the Napoleon Wildcats. And it'll send Delaney Miley to the free throw line with 7.7 seconds left to go in this first period. Foul goes against number 3, Lexi Wood. That is her first. That is team foul number 5. And again, the Bears just cannot find any spot on that end of the floor where the ball seems to want to go in, as they miss the opening end, the 2 points, the 2 shots that they have right now. Miley with her second try, and she misses both of them. So Miley still with no points in the opening minutes here. Jump shot is going to be short. Rebound will be collected by Sabins, and that's going to be the way that the end of the first period ends. Bears trail by 13 at the end of 1 here on BMU TV, 16-3.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
Back here in Napoleon Gym, along with Big Eric Herman. And Big E, I'll tell you what, I think the biggest number that I'm seeing at the end of 1 are the 9 turnovers. We got the Bears down. You got 10 now?
I had 10 there.
I missed one, so yep. 10 turnovers in the first quarter for the Golden Bears.
And for Napoleon, the big number is number 9 for Olivia Bainfeld, and that's how many points she has out of the 16 total.
So Bainfeld has really been the young lady that has driven the truck here early. And the Bears come down on the Napoleon end. They have the tip, so Napoleon will inbounds there at midcourt. They will go back to their original 5. It's Rieger and Woods in the backcourt. Wamkin is the forward or the wing on this side. Blackwood, number 5, sets up a pick at the top of the key. And then in the center, Carly Cruz. So those are the 5 on the floor right now for Napoleon, and we'll set up the Bears here in just a second. Bounce goes back out front to Woods, down around the corner. Bears cut everything off, heading towards the bucket. And a traveling call will go against Napoleon, and a nice job there by Asia Sherrick, who has entered the ball game for the Bears. So for the Bears, it's Sherrick, Krupp, and we just Kenny Groove just checked in for Delaney Miley. And in the backcourt, you have Arnold, and bringing the basketball up is Allie Miner. And the Bears again forcing that very first turnover here in the second quarter, and maybe that's a sign of good things to come for the Bears. Sherrick tries to get the ball over to Krupp. Ball gets tipped, but Krupp comes up with it. Dribbles with her left hand to the right side of the three-point line. Down to the right wing goes Allie Miner. She's testing the defense, and she feeds it over to Groove, or to Krupp, and the shot was missed. The rebound comes off to Napoleon, and the foul will go against Sherrick on the Bears, and that will be now 3 team fouls on the Golden Bears. Napoleon with 6 here as we start the second period. Right wing, the ball goes to Rieger. Ball crosses the court and down underneath. Shot was missed by Napoleon. and then a jump ball situation underneath the bucket, and it will be Bears basketball as Schurig ties up number 24, Carly Cruz, and the arrow pointing toward the Golden Bears. But man, I'll tell you what, somebody needs to take the wire off that bucket on our end right now, because the 3 points we've scored so far are 3 free throws.
Maybe if Nye would give us a chance to get into the key instead of parking there every time they're down the court. She is just parked there, Jim, as you pointed out in the first quarter.
And Arnold takes her eyes off the basketball for just a minute. Miner throws it to her. Catches Kayla Arnold right in the worst spot in the hands and out of bounds. So it's 16-3, and the turnover makes it 11 now for the Golden Bears. Kick goes down to the corner. Jump shot's no good. Arnold's trying to fight for the rebound, but she was giving up about a foot. Ball eventually gets knocked around off a couple sets of hands and comes out to Allie Miner, and Miner's in a hurry on the other end. Goes down around the baseline, puts up a wild shot, no good, and the rebound comes off to Weimken. She'll bring it all the way down to the front court and then give the ball up to Lexi Woods. Woods gives it back to Weimken. Weimken spins just a little bit, then kicks it back out to Rieger. Back to Weimken on the right corner. Around to Woods on the left side, down to the left corner, and the feed into the lane. Setting herself and making the shot is Mary Nye, so the 5'9" junior makes it an 18-3 game.
Her first points of the night.
Coach Grosjean here, not overly happy with the offensive end, but I'll tell you, there's been some pretty good defense being played. We just need to start scoring some points. Jump shots wide, rebound again comes off to Napoleon. Krupp missed the shot, and the rebound comes to the Wildcats. Weimken gets cut off, and we got a whistle underneath, and I think another 3-second call. And again, if you've been watching this ball game tonight, there's been a white jersey standing in that offensive paint for long periods of time.
Cruz picking that one up.
Into the game for Napoleon, number 20, Olivia Bainfeld.
Bainfeld comes off the bench, back in the lineup for Napoleon. And the Bears also with a substitution. Krupp goes inside, loses the handle, and the turnover, I believe, is 12 now in the night for the Golden Bears. And that, as you said, the sad part is we're not even getting a good shot off, not even getting a good look. So in the front court right now, you've got number 40, Molly Leroux, who checked in on that last dead ball.
I have only 7 missed shots tonight for the Golden Bears, Jim.
Jump shot is no good, but there's a whistle and a foul. And it'll send Lexi Woods to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
Brian foul number 32, Kennedy Lamberson, her first team 4.
Lamberson gets her first, that's 4 now on the Golden Bears. First shot catches nothing but nets. Lexi Wood. Miley comes back in for the Bears, and Krupp will sit down. Wood with the second try. Eyes it, sends it. This one will roll out. Oh man, that was a push in the back by Nye, who ended up with a rebound. Jump ball as the ball comes out. And it will stay with Napoleon this time as the arrow is there. It was a jump ball between Miner and Lexi Woods. Woods gets the inbounds pass with 4:22 to play here, and the Bears only 3 points into this ball game so far. 3 free throws in the first quarter. Ball goes down inside. Shot is missed. Leroux pulls down the boards. Gets the ball over to Miner, and she'll bring it up the floor, down to the corner. Dribble. Shot, no good, and it's one and done again for the Bears as they just can't seem to find the range. McKenna Grube missed that shot. I think fouled it up maybe. That was Lamberson. It's Lamberson's second.
Checking into the game, Brian, number 34.
Leroux will sit down.
Number 24,
And Saban will check in. Also off the bench comes Krupp, and sitting down is Lamberson. So Lamberson with the 2 personal fouls will get a chance to probably watch the rest of the second quarter from the bench. Ball being swung right to left, and then that long lob pass underneath, the reverse layup will go in. Olivia Bainfeld. You know what, when you're having one of those nights, you're having one of those nights. Bainfeld caught it and then reversed it back up over her head, and it caught her
about every part of that rim and then fell through the netting and to the floor, and it makes it 21-3. And I'll tell you what, I got to believe that Coach Grosjean not real happy. You know, we've bragged and talked about how well this team was playing, and boy, tonight they are just ice cold.
They just can't find that well, they haven't even really made a lot of attempts towards that basket here, Jim.
No, they really haven't, man. It's not been a good night. We'll check some stats here over at the halftime here tonight, which is coming up in 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
We have slowed them down a little bit. We've only allowed 5 points for them in the second half, but none for us, obviously. So still, we've slowed down the bleeding, but we haven't stopped it yet and responded back with anything.
That was 16-3 at the end of the first quarter, as you were saying, E. And so the second quarter has not been a real score fest for either team. 5 points for Napoleon, but the Bears have been scoreless, and the Bears have yet to hit their first shot from the floor, which will really drive a coach to some premature gray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're losing a little more there. She's kind of looking my side there.
Exactly. Bears looking for an opening. Here's a three-point jumper that will be a little bit short, and the rebound fought for, and a nice job by Bailey Krupp to be able to pull that one in and give the Bears another shot. 3:19 and counting. Ball goes into the free throw line. Turnaround jump shot's a little bit short. Rebound and the foul. Whistle will be called against Napoleon. And it will send McKenna Grew to the free throw line. That will go against Taylor Rieger. That is number 1 on Rieger. Team foul number 7. Krupp will come to the bench. Arnold will check back in.
Group comes to the line 2 for 4, shooting 50%.
First one spins out on the 1-and-1, and the rebound goes immediately into the hands of Taylor Rieger, and Napoleon have the basketball heading towards their rim. And again, not a high-paced offense as we expected. Very calm, very deliberate. They run a couple of low post players, and they'll bring somebody through the center. Ball will be fed out to the right wing into the right corner. Wimpkin gives it right back. Drive by Rieger. Ball goes up and it's short. Rebound comes off to the Bears, and they're on the run. Minor's going to push the issue. Throws it up, and she's going to get called for the charge. Good idea by Minor, but I'll tell you what, Lexi Wood was waiting on her on the other end. Minor needed to stop and pop at that point in time instead of trying to force the issue.
It has worked though earlier tonight, Jim, so that was the first that they've gotten the plan first.
Rieger got there, got set up, and Minor had to try to shoot around and through her and basically ran over. Good call. That's team foul number 6 now on the Golden Bears. So one more will give the Lady Wildcats the 1 in bonus. And just as we say that, the turnover goes to Olivia Bainfield as she shuffles those feet as she tries to get her position to make a shot. The Bears will have the basketball back. Arnold will sit back down. Back onto the floor comes Lamberson for the last 2:19 here of this first period. The Bears really need to find something from the field here before the half is over, because they have just been ice cold on that end of the basketball floor here tonight. Minor dribbles and gives it up. Good defense by Napoleon again. Back out to Minor. She stops, looking for somebody to throw it to. Has the ball knocked away, then she recovers it, drives it, but it's a little too strong at the rim, and the rebound comes off to the Wildcats again. 21-3. Bears are scoreless in the second period and have only made 3 free throws so far here tonight. I've got to tell you, some people are going to say we're not allowed to come back here, Big E.
We have that reputation.
On the inside, nice job by Sabins.
We left Mr. Bryce back in Bryan.
Shot was blocked, but it was Bainfield that made the try. Bainfield will get another opportunity, and this time it will be a foul against Riley Sabins. She's a little late getting back. First time she had all ball, second time she had quite a bit of the...
That'll put Napoleon now into the bonus.
Bainfield now with a chance for the 1 in bonus.
We do have some Golden Bear fans that are listening in, Jim, that give a shout out to that are tuning in. Coach Koppenstein's parents listening to what he said. We're tuning in tonight to our podcast. I got Josh and Bree at home. I'm told Bree, though, needs to eat her hamburger, Jim. Not eating her supper.
Bree, you better eat your dinner. Your Uncle Jim's coming over to your house tonight to talk to you about it, and I will eat your supper. How's that, huh?
She may let you eat it.
23-3 now as the Bears watch Olivia Bainfield do what they've had so many problems with so far in this opening half, and that's make something go through the rim. Inside, there's the first bucket of the first half. It'll be Asia Shurik, and we've gone all the way down to the 1:15 mark before the Bears were able to hit one bucket from the floor, so it's 23-5 now.
Boy, Jim, she's moved her foot a foot.
Bears fans not real happy about things, and they're not also real happy with the idea that the young lady in the white jersey just ran number 32 Kennedy Lamberson over as she was rolling to the rim. So it's 25-5. Bears now with less than 50 seconds to play. See if they can't make a couple buckets before everything's over. Miner goes all the way to the rim. She'll be fouled. Just need one of those to fall in for us too, Big E.
Yeah, the and one would be nice.
That would be a real big help if you can start making threes and twos right now.
First, team 8.
That's number 1 on Maddie 9. 8 now on the night so far for Napoleon, and again. There we go. Shot was up. It looked like it was going to maybe bounce back out, but somehow it caught the right side of that rim and a little backspin drove it back in.
It's a little bit of that breeze that's coming through, Jim.
I think it might be.
Because physically, I don't think that ball should have went back in.
It looked like it was coming out. Miner will get a second try. And this one does the same thing and stays in. So it's 25-7 now as the Bears cut the lead to 18 with 40 seconds to play. A little defense needed now, maybe a bucket or two. Still enough time for that. The feed goes inside. Lumpkin kicks it over to the right corner and just forms two. Olivia Bainfield takes the basketball, puts it on the floor off the glass, and it's 27-7. 20-point cushion with 23 seconds to play in the opening half. Bears at least need to hit one here before the buzzer to go in with some sort of confidence. Miner leaves it short. Rebound spot 4 underneath and a jump ball situation. And the ball will be the Golden Bears with 13.1 to play. And they will bring Asia Shurik in real quick. She'll check in. Sabins will sit down. Inbounds pass comes outside. Miley thought about a pass. They kick it back inside to Shurik. 7 to shoot. 3-point shot's no good. Rebound, spot 4, and this jump ball will go back to the home team. As the Bears did a nice job, Groove down there fighting for the basketball. With Maddie Nye with the jump ball arrow pointing towards the Wildcats, and they will have the last shot of the first half with 3.1 seconds. 2 half-court shot on its way with the slide left. And that'll do it for the opening half of basketball as the Bears find themselves down by 20, 27-7 here at halftime as we step away for a couple of messages from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about that first half and go over all the first half stats here on BMU TV.
When you take your vehicle to a big box auto parts store, they want to sell you parts, which may not actually fix what's wrong with your vehicle. So instead of throwing money at the problem, guessing what parts to buy, and getting more and more frustrated by the day, bring your family vehicle to the experts at Whelan's Auto Repair in Bryan.
We properly diagnose the problem, fix it the right way, and get your family vehicle safely and
I noticed that.
and we stand behind our work because your satisfaction is
like those one
shared.
side.
Whelan's Auto Repair on Page Street across from Amtrak in Bryan.
Looking for career opportunities? They're closer than you think. Northwest State has more than 70 degree and certificate programs, so you can start on the path to a rewarding career, or transfer your credits toward a bachelor's degree. Your future is knocking. What are you waiting for? Opportunities await at Northwest State Community College. Find out more at northweststate.edu.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join. or contact us at 419-636-4536.
The changes to Ford's lineup for this model year included vans, the Transit Connect passenger van, as well as the full-size Transit cargo and passenger van. I'm standing, yes, standing in the new Transit van that takes the place of the Ford Econoline. It is truly an amazing vehicle. This is just a medium roof. It also comes in a higher roof. It's available in a cargo van up to a 1 ton, as well as a passenger van.
There's a short somewhere in
this is a vehicle you
border
truly have to see.
this connector.
When you take your vehicle to a big box auto parts store, they want to sell you parts, which may not actually fix what's wrong with your vehicle. So instead of throwing money at the problem, guessing what parts to buy, and getting more and more frustrated by the day, bring your family vehicle to the experts at Whelan's Auto Repair in Bryan.
We properly diagnose the problem and fix it the right way to get your family vehicle safely and securely back on the road. And we stand behind our work because your satisfaction is always guaranteed.
Whelan's Auto Repair on Page Street across from Amtrak in Bryan.
Well, I accidentally broke both my femurs as a side effect of a medication I was taking. They had to put in a titanium rod from my hip to my knees. I was flat on my back when I came here to Genesis. I was in a wheelchair for 4 months. I'm doing wonderful right now. I am so happy with my recovery. No matter what I say about Genesis, it comes right from my heart because I truly believe that they have a wonderful facility here.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personal.
You want to do it after this?
People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
And we're back here in Napoleon. Jim Funderburg along with Eric Herman on a Monday night for basketball, man. It's hard to imagine that we're out here on a Monday, but we also have a Thursday night game coming up for you here. The Lady Bears will be playing Wassee on Thursday night at home, and we will be there for that basketball game. And then the boys will actually wrap everything up in about a week here for the last time in the old gym before the new high school will be up and available. And I'll tell you what, I think everybody's looking forward to that first season next year in the new gym at Bryan High School, at the brand new Bryan High School.
It should be fun here. I was out on the site today actually meeting with a couple guys. That is a big building.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It's kind of like the gym here with the dividing wall. I guess it'll all be in one level, but the bleachers will go back and create two separate gyms during the day when the bleachers are folded up into the middle of the gym. But we're getting everything wired up for our end, so we'll be ready to go.
Oh wow, it's going to be really interesting to see how everything goes, and again, maybe that will help our ladies next year when they get another year under their belt and they come to a place like this one where they're really kind of not accustomed to shooting in a gym that is arranged the way that this one is. And I'll tell you what, it was a very tough first half for Coach Grosjean and his Lady Golden Bears here tonight. They were down 16-3 at the end of the one, and at the half it's 27-7 as I hand it back over to my partner Eric Herman. Take a look at some first half stats.
For the first half, we'll start with the Lady Bears. Allie Miner had 3 total points for the first half. McKenna Grube had 2 for the first half, and Asia Short had 2, and that gives them their total of 7 points. For the Napoleon Wildcats, single point on the night for Lexi Woods. That came off of a foul shot. Taylor Rieger has 3 points so far tonight. Bethany Blockwood with 2 points. She also has 2 fouls, so something to kind of watch out for there in the second half. Kylie Kramer as well with 2 fouls, no points in the first half. Beinfeld, the one that the most points, as we've called her name lots and lots of times tonight, she has 12 points on the night. Carly Cruz with 2. Wimpkin and Nye both with 2 as well.
You know, Bainfield really lit it up early on. She had 9, if I remember, in the first quarter.
And only 3 for the second.
Yeah, so she got off to such a quick start. She was the reason why Napoleon was really off to a big lead. And the Bears, the scary part about the whole thing is they didn't hit their first shot from the floor until 1:39 left to go in that second period. So
and we're able to. I mean, Bryan was 6 to 8 the scoring there in that second quarter. So Bryan, for starting so late, did score a lot of points at the end there.
Started to play a little bit better basketball, hopefully as they turn and come towards us, as the Bears are out on the floor trying to get their shooting range. And I'll tell you what,
they're not finding it at the half here.
It's not looking real good at this point in time as you're watching these shots. But I'm hoping that maybe they will find that distance here once they get into the third quarter. But they're out here trying to figure this floor out here at the Grand Canyon, and for a number of these young ladies, I'm sure it is the first time that they have been here. They've played in this gym. When you take a look at a basketball team like the Bears, where they bring a team in tonight that has so many sophomores and freshmen, and you normally would have your first look on a floor in the first game of the night here in that JV game, or even as a freshman coming over here as a freshman playing in a freshman game. But then when you start to bring all these young ladies over here and make your first game not only here at the Grand Canyon, which is kind of a difficult and a different spot to play, but also on a varsity level, it makes it even a little more difficult for the Bears. So as you said, 3 points in the first quarter, all 3 of them were free throws. We're not doing all that well shooting free throws either. That was the other side of it. We are under 50% from the charity line right now. And on the other side of things, it wasn't like Napoleon was just lighting it up. It was the Bainfield show early in the first period. Then she seemed to slow down just a little bit, sat a couple of minutes in the second period, and our defense was much more in tune to her. But the thing I think we have to worry about just a little bit are those backdoor cuts, because they've gotten an awful lot of looks down along that baseline right at the low blocks on the right and the left side. And that has been a lot of the difference, the layups. It's not really been jump shots that's killed us. 3-point shot, I think they've got a couple of threes on the night, but most of the shots that Napoleon has been able to connect on have either been lay-ins or shots basically within 3 foot of the rim, where they just basically catch and put it up off the glass and knock it down. So
Rieger, the only one with an actual made 3-point basket. A couple were attempted by Bainfield there, but they were almost those haphazard. Let's see if I can draw that foul style shot. So Bryan is 5 for 11 from the line, Jim, with Napoleon being 3 for 5.
There you go. So the Bears got in a good situation early on, and if they could have hit, say, 80% of their free throws right now, it would have been a closer game. But at this moment, they have an uphill battle as we get ready to open up the third period, and they trail by 20, 27-7.
If Brianna, Jim, has supper for you when you get there, she will let you eat her burger. She apparently has no problem letting you eat a burger.
Brianna, you don't want to do that, man, because I'm going to start eating all of your supper, and you're just going to be the skinniest little girl in Bryan, Ohio. And so that will not be fun, because I don't give back once you do that, and then you do get hungry. You don't get the burger back from that point. Once you give it to Uncle Jim, it has gone. It's like giving a cookie to the Cookie Monster at that point in time. So it is not a good habit that you're going to be starting. The Bears will have the basketball as we get ready to open up this third period, and they will inbounds at midcourt. For the Bears, it'll be Lamberson, and she'll throw the ball into Miley. Front court, Krupp, and 42 Grube, and the other young lady is Allie Miner, 22. So those are the 5 Golden Bears that will try to get things heated up here as Miner drives. She will get this bucket and the foul, and she'll have an opportunity to open things up with a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Well, that's a quick way to start, get some points on the board to start the second half.
You know, she had so many of those in that opening half, but she just seemed to be a little bit off of her mark as she knocks down the free throw, and just like that, now the Bears finally hit double digits as they trail now by 17, 27-10.
They proved that basket does have an open in the top.
Maybe it's that basket on the other end that's got some troubles, as Bainfield actually dragged her back foot, but no call. And the Wildcats hopefully will have a tough second half. The ball gets knocked away. Good job by the Bears as they come up with the basketball groove, and they quickly get into the front court. I think they're going to try to pick this pace up a little bit. There's 3 points, no good, and the rebound comes off to number 24, Carly Cruz. But I think the Bears are going to probably try to pick up the pace a little bit, play a little tougher defense, make them work a little bit harder on their end. And then let's just hope that whatever lid was on that rim on that end of the basketball floor stays on there for quarter number 3 and quarter number 4. Reach-in foul will go against Lamberson, and I think that's 3 now on her. Yep.
And Grosjean looks down the bench and says, Sabins, help her out.
Wood, Rieger, Blackwood, Bainfield, and Cruz, the 5 on the floor for Napoleon here now as we open up the third quarter.
You know, Lamberson's freshman Jim did a nice job on defense tonight. Doesn't have any points, but has stopped Napoleon with some points on the outside.
Blackwood gives it to Bainfield, and Bainfield drives to the rim, misses the shot, and on the rebound, the reach-in foul will go against the Bears. I believe it went on 42 to Groove. That's number 1.
2 fouls already with 6:41 left on the clock.
And the Bears will bring Lamberson quickly to the bench and bring in Riley Sabins. Wildcats inbounds. The ball goes over the head of the Wildcats in a jump ball situation. And the ball will stay with the home team. They'll get a chance to inbounds that ball one more time. Bears with some good defenses. They were trying to kick that ball in for an easy lay-in. Bainfield makes the cut. She's got company. Jump shot comes from distance by Rieger. Rieger knocks down a 3-point shot from the left wing. So it's 30-10.
Rieger, that gives her 6 points, both those coming off the threes.
6.5 to play, third quarter. Now for Coach and his Lady Bears, he'd just like to see a good second half of basketball here out of the girls before they get that last conference game here on Thursday night. Reach-in foul, I think, is going to go against Blackwood. And that's exactly who they'll call it against.
That's her third.
3.
Oh, they have 4.
We've got 4 down on her now, so she'll go to the bench.
I'll take that 4.
That brings in Maddie Nye, who had a pretty good first half. So Nye comes in. Blackwood will have to sit for a while. Miner gets run off her shot. She will put up a shot. It'll be a little bit wide, and the rebound will come off to Maddie Nye, who just entered the contest. Back down the other way, Bainfield took an extra step. I think at first she thought maybe about launching a 3-point shot. Then she saw a lane open up, shuffled those shoes as she was heading towards that opening. Official right there to call her for the travel. And the Bears will substitute Krupp for Asia Shurik.
A lot more hustle out of the Lady Bears this second half, Jim.
You know, I'll tell you, they probably settled down just a little bit. Opening up in that first half, it just seemed like they were a little bit nervous. They couldn't get a ball to go in. Feed goes into Shurik. She gets double teamed. We've got a jump ball situation underneath between Shurik and Nye, but it will be Bryan Golden Bears basketball, and I think Coach Grosjean said when it comes in and you're double teamed, the ball's got to come right back out, and that's what he was a little worried about there. Somebody was open for a shot on the outside. Again, something the Bears are going to have to work on. Miner with the catch on the inbounds, feeds to Shurik. Shurik drives the rim, backs her way in, and bumps it off the window and home, 30-12. Behind the back, a nice little dribble there by Rieger, who brings it into the front court, gives it to Bainfield, back to Rieger. Back over to Bainfield, it goes right between her legs and out of bounds, and the Bears now with an opportunity to cut into that 18-point cushion that the Wildcats have built up here in the third quarter.
Napoleon catching up on turnovers, Jim. That's 9 already this game. 3 here in the second half.
I'd love to be able to see the Bears play these guys again and get off to a little bit better start, because it could be a real fun game. Miley with the basketball. Again, Wildcats not an old team by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they started Woods, who's a sophomore, Rieger, who's a junior, Blackwood's a sophomore, Bainfeld's a junior, and then Cruz, the only senior in that starting 5, as the Bears will.
Cruz, the only senior on the team.
We'll bring Arnold in. Yeah, you're right, E. That's a good pickup. She's the only senior on that team. So a couple of young teams that we're going to see quite a bit of here over the next few years, I would think. Woods tries to cut that passing lane off, and she'll knock the ball out of bounds, and Arnold now will inbounds the basketball. Miner waiting for it, and she'll pick up the bounce pass. 5 minutes left to go here, third quarter. Miner has Rieger on her. She'll kick it to the left wing. Ball goes straight out front, and the Bears, well, I'll tell you what.
Nye went down hard.
If Sabins was a 3-point shooter, she had one open look. Ball gets knocked away underneath the bucket as Grube loses the handle. And it was Wood who picked it up. And a whistle on the other end. And a blocking foul will go against number 3, Lexi Wood. In fact, it'll go against 33, not 3. It was double threes.
Her second.
Just saw that last 3 out of the official's hands. Didn't catch the first one, so that's 2 on her.
Getting that flip-flop on you there.
Yeah, exactly. Whistle and a foul on the Bears, a blocking foul. And that will go against Shurik underneath the bucket. That'll be 2 on her. And it's 3 now on the Bears. So both teams with 3 team fouls. And the Bears will substitute. They do this quite a bit. Bailey Krupp comes back in on the defensive end. Shurik comes to the bench. Coach Grosjean likes to get Shurik in on the offensive end, trying to feed that low post.
He plays like a football coach with the offense and the defense as much as he can.
He really does. Rieger with the jump shot, no good. Rebound, fought for. But over the back comes, I believe, Maddie Nye again. I believe that's 33.
Yes, that's her third real quick.
So Nye, well, she'll stay on the floor. I thought they were going to pull her out, but it's Cruz that will come out as Wimpkin comes in. And the Bears need to start going on some mini runs right now. 4 or 5 points in a row here as we're hit the midpoint mark here of the third quarter. Minor, and she has Rieger on her. Drives, gets the right-handed layup in. It's a little bit too hard, but we'll have a foul, and I believe it'll go against Rieger.
Fourth on the second, team fifth. At the line for Bryan, number 22, Allie Minor.
Minor has nothing but cords on that one, so all of a sudden Lady Bears starting to find the distance now, and Rieger will take that seat. It was on her. They've not changed the scoreboard here.
That's what I thought it was on her.
Minor spins it, eyes it, sends it off the front rim, bounces away, and the rebound comes off to Maddie Nye. And then it's kicked out of bounds by Minor as the Wildcats cross the midcourt stripe. And it will be inbounds in front of the Napoleon bench by Lexi Wood. Wood gets it to Kramer. Kramer gets it back to Wood. Right wing, outside of the three-point lane. Maddie Nye has the ball a little deeper into the court and gives it right back to Wood. Woods dribbles left side. Dishes off to Bainfield, who shuffled the feet again but got away with that one. Shot was a little bit wild. Rebound came off to Kramer, who gave it to Nye, who gave it back to Kramer, and Kramer knocked down a deuce to make it 32-13 at the 3:09 mark. Nice little feed by Nye to send that right back in. Bryan needs to find somebody who can find a hot hand here in this third quarter. Nice up fake. But the ball won't go in for Bailey Krupp, but the rebound comes off to Arnold, misses the shot. Rebound by Grube is missed, and then a whistle on the floor, and we'll have to see. Everything going on kind of underneath us. We're on one end of this floor right now. Ball went off of the hands of the Wildcats and out of bounds. So it'll be Bears basketball. Ball into the lane, and an easy shot for McKenna Grube. Grube makes it 32-13. Bainfield thought about taking that shot, didn't. So she'll dribble back to the middle of the court. And the basketball off to Cruz, so the dribble down to the corner. The Nye jump shot, Nye with a low two.
Nye now with 4 points in the night.
And the lead back up to 21, 34-13 with 2:12 to play here in the third quarter. Arnold brings it down. Kramer picks her up. Dishes it over the corner. Grube with a spin. Ball gets knocked away by Nye. Ball goes back outside. Riley Sabins. Arnold working off of Sabins' screen. Lobs it into Sabins, and Sabins will get fouled as she tries to go to the rim. And that one will go against number 20, Olivia Bainfeld.
Napoleon foul, number 20, Olivia Bainfeld. Her first.
Her first.
At the line for Bryan, number 24, Riley
Bainfeld, who is, I think, the leading scorer still in the ball game right now, with only one personal foul. And Sabins threw that one up and got a hometown bounce off the front of the rim as it came off the backboard, caught the front of the rim and went back in and through.
So we have held Bainfeld scoreless here in the second half.
And this time she'll use the glass, and I heard her call it. So both free throws makes it a 34-17 basketball game as Lexi Woods goes coast to coast, dips underneath one of the Bears, misses the shot, and the rebound comes off to Riley Sabins. So Sabins with a nice little stretch there of a couple free throws and a rebound. And the Bears with a buck and a half to play in the third quarter have a chance to cut down this lead. With the score right here. Minor all the way to the rim. She's fouled. Was a little bit out of control, and then the reach-in saved her. Nicole Lumpkin reached in and grabbed her arm. So Minor will get a chance to go in and shoot. That is 7 now against Napoleon tonight. Let's see if the Bears can make them pay here in the second half. Minor misses the first one. Miley comes in for Arnold. Woods takes the seat, and in the middle of that whole thing, we've got a full timeout by Napoleon, so they will take a timeout with 1 minute and 26 seconds left to go in this third quarter. And Minor will have one more free throw when she comes back out here after this timeout.
She is 5 for 8 going into this timeout here from the line.
Well, you know, it's just been a tough night for the Bears shooting all the way around. As you can see, 17 points on the night, down by 17 right now. But they have played much better basketball here in this third quarter. So hopefully
they are outscoring Napoleon here in the second quarter. We went into the half at 27-7.
Yep. So 10-7, they've outscored Napoleon here in period number 3. Need to have a couple of defensive stops and maybe make this basketball game a game as we head towards the fourth quarter. If they could hold the Wildcats scoreless for the last minute and a half and maybe knock down 4 or 5 or 6, make this thing a 10-11 point ball game going to the final quarter. Who knows? When you get them like that, it almost becomes like an NBA game then. You never can tell. 8 minutes to play, down 10, you're still in the ball game. 8 minutes to play, down 17, it's kind of hard to get back into that game. Second shot will hit the front of the iron and then spin over the top. And Allie Minor makes it a 16-point game. Now we got full court pressure as Minor's in this backcourt. She's pressuring Kramer. Kramer beats the double team, but Miley takes the ball away. And the Bears have the basketball with 1:13 to play.
Bryan wanting the ball in that possession there, Jim moving towards it every time it was bouncing loose.
1:06 and counting. Bears need to take their time and get a couple of scores here before this quarter ends. Ball gets kicked in the corner, then comes back out to Minor. Minor drives the lane, and an offensive foul on Minor.
She fell into her. I don't know what you're looking for there, Jim.
Minor went around the corner and just got bounced, and the foul went against her. Don't know exactly what he was watching there, but that one was, wow.
I think Grosjean let him know.
Yep, Coach Grosjean.
You know, and all these coaches knows the officials. I mean, as soon as he turned around, he just goes, Doug, are you kidding me?
34-16, the Bears allowed a opportunity to get away from them. They had a little help on that last possession. Napoleon very happy to kind of take their time. Rieger holds on to that basketball with 26 ticks left. Dribbles with her left hand, looks at the baseline, has it cut off by the Bears' Miley. So they'll go back out and hand to Bainfield and spread this floor out just a little bit. Kramer back over to Rieger. Rieger gives it to Bainfield with 8 seconds to go. She'll drive the right baseline, up and under, has the ball knocked away. Bears will have a shot. 3.5 seconds. Miley looks at the clock, puts it up, and it'll be just wide at the buzzer. And at the end of 3, the Bears will trail the Wildcats 34-18 here on BMU TV.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Oberlin Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
Looking for career opportunities? They're closer than you think. Northwest State has more than 70 degree and certificate programs, so you can start on the path to a rewarding career or take your existing skills to a whole new level. Your future is now. What are you waiting for? Opportunities await at Northwest State Community College. Find out more at northweststate.edu.
Back here at the Grand Canyon, we have 8 minutes left on the game clock. And the Bears down by 16, 34-18.
Bryan outscored the Napoleon Wildcats 11-7 there in that last quarter. Jim, if you could do your math quickly. I had to take a 60-second break.
I would have to reach for the old trusty abacus, and it's not here. I didn't bring it with me tonight.
Allie Minor with 5 points in that last quarter, and deuces for Sabian, Grube, and Shirk.
Rieger will bring the basketball into the front court here for the Wildcats. Bears go for the steal and didn't quite get it. And oh my gosh. Lost the dribble. Bainfield drives and she'll have a bucket. I'll tell you what, 32. Nicole Weinken had the ball, stopped, dropped the ball, bounced it a couple of times, picked it back up. I believe on most gyms that'll be called a travel. Instead, it's called an assist. She's the one that fed the ball inside for the bucket.
Up and good for Sabins.
Sabins knocks one down, and the Bears now trying to make the fourth quarter a basketball game. Rieger brings it to the front court. Miley cuts her off, brings it back to the top of the key, and then dishes off to Kramer. Kramer now with a little weave to Bainfield on the right wing. Kick goes inside, and a nice job underneath there by Nicole Wellington. And she was able to fight for that basketball and get position and lay the basketball in. It's 38-20 now, under 7 to play here in the ball game. Bears with the basketball. Miley on the right side, almost stolen away by Taylor Regal as she was trying to bounce that ball into Minor. Coach Grosjean not real happy with the movement at times of the basketball team. Nye will come back in, Lexi Woods as well for Napoleon. Bainfield will take a seat along with Kylie Kramer. Ball comes in, gets knocked out of bounds by Taylor Rieger, and will stay with the Bears with 6:41 and counting. Inbounds comes in from Lamberson, back out to Minor. Grosjean calls his play. Team spread things out. Bears really could use a three-point shooter, an outside shooter. Lob pass for Minor would be a little bit short and picked off by Wimkin. Ball gets knocked out by Minor to Miley. Miley, 1-on-2 to the rim. Puts up the shot, no good, but there'll be a whistle and a foul on the Wildcats, and let's see who they'll call that on. It's either Rieger or it's Wimkin. So it's Wimkin, that's her second. It's 8 now for the Wildcats. Miley to the free throw line with 1 in bonus, and she knocks the first one in. 38-21 now.
Makes her 1 for 3.
Second opportunity, she eyes it, puts it towards the rim, and that again, nothing but cords. Bears cut it back to 16 at 38-22, and they'll put the full court defense on these Wildcats. Wimkin with the inbounds catch, and she has Grube in her face. Gives the ball to Rieger, and she'll bring it into the front court. Nye all by herself down inside, and she will be hacked as she puts up the shot. She'll find her way to the rim, get the ball to go in, and now she'll find her way to the free throw line as she was fouled by Riley Sabins. Lamberson, I'm sorry, number 4 on Lamberson. So Nye will get an opportunity to make this a three-point play. And nothing but nets on that one. 41-22, it's a 19-point game with 6:01 to play here in the ball game tonight.
Good to have you with us here on BMU TV. We will have the Wauseon game on Thursday night if you're watching tonight. Ball gets tossed to Lamberson and then back out to Miley. Miley dribbles a couple times, gives it back to Lamberson, cross court to Minor, down inside the groove, puts up a shot, no good, but the rebound comes off to Lamberson. Lamberson puts it right back in, and the Bears now cut it back to 17. Woods brings it up. Minor knocks it out of bounds. It will stay with the Wildcats as it inbounds right in front of the Golden Bears bench. Sabins will come in, and Lamberson will take a seat. Rieger dribbles it in, backs it up, and gives it up. Woods now on the right wing. Dribbles to the free throw line and gives it up to Bainfield. Very patient Wildcat basketball team. They dribble, they pass, they shift, they cut.
They go straight up-ish.
Rieger has that ball knocked away. And Sabins is looking for somebody to throw the basketball to. The foul will go against Sabins. That'll be 3 on her. 6 on the team now. As Shurik about ready to check back in for the Bears. Rieger knocks the very first free throw down. That takes the Wildcats to the 42 mark. 42-24. Lamberson comes in. Krupp will take a seat.
Got a little power flash there, Jim.
You always love those, huh?
At least we're not in Bryan.
Second shot's no good, and the rebound does come off to the Golden Bears. McKenna Krupp.
The second one went, Jim. I didn't.
Yeah, it was missed. Miley brings the ball up and stops. Waits for a team to cuddle on the baseline. To Minor, back out to Miley. To Lamberson, back inside to Shurik. Off the glass too hard, no good. Shurik fights for the ball and gets it back. Kicks it back out to the Bears, and they'll get another opportunity with 4:40 to play. Good job by Shurik to fight for that basketball. Jump shot from the right wing. Catches nothing but net. Kennedy Lamberson.
Just inside the three-point arc.
Lamberson with 4 personal fouls, but she's still playing really hard out on that floor. And again, with 4:22 to play in the ball game, you might as well play it out.
She has 4 points to make up for those 4 fouls.
There you go. Point for every foul.
So my coach always told me, however, I ended my season fouling out of 13 games and had 2 career points.
There you go. Ball gets kicked as Rieger tries to feed it into the post. And will stay with
Checking into the game for Bryan, number 12, Kayla Arnold.
the Wildcats. Arnold will check in. Lamberson will take a seat. Got a 5-second call coming. Oh, just barely stopped that. Shurik gets the basketball as it was knocked away by Minor. She throws the outlet pass and down the other end, and oh, I'll tell you, it's just been that kind of night. Groove put it up in the square, ball didn't go in. Coach Grosjean was looking for a foul, didn't get it, and the rebound comes off to the Wildcats. Bainfield brought it down, gives it to Woods. Woods give it back to Bainfield, and it's just been that kind of night for Bainfield. Put it up a little too hard, but it caught the front of the rim and bounced backwards and in.
Nice spin move inside to throw the defender.
44-26, back to 18 again as Arnold has the basketball. She's being harassed by Rieger. Woods tips it away. Miley will save it though in the backcourt, and she'll bring it back up to Minor on the left wing. Back out to Arnold on the right wing. Inside to Shurik. Back out to Minor. Arnold feeds it inside. Turnaround jump shot. Off the window and good for McKenna Krupp. So the freshman able to spin and knock that one off the glass, and the Bears with some real good passing and ball movement there. Had the Wildcats kind of scrapping around looking for that basketball. 44-28, 16 points with 3:22 to go.
And Bryan picks up 8 points here in the second quarter. Grew, but with only 4 points, or 6 points for the night with that last shot.
And again, if you can just go back to that first quarter, it was a bad first quarter for both the JV tonight, who went scoreless in the first quarter. We're down 12-0, and the varsity not much better as they were down 13-16 to 3 in that opening quarter. So you cut that down a little bit right now. I'll tell you what, Coach Grosjean, if
could have put up another half a dozen points. This would be a 10-point game with 3 minutes to go, and you still have a shot. But again, at 16 with 3.5, you're going to have to find a miracle. Wildcats inbounds. Arnold pressing Woods all the way into the front court. Woods pulls up on the right wing, picks out front to Cruz. Cruz gives it back to Woods. She'll dribble left hand into the lane and stop at the free throw line. Dish the basketball away. Maddie Nye with the right hand gets cut off. Wimpkin was 32 is in the ball game here again after that last timeout. Bainfield has Minor on her, works around the screen and then runs into Arnold. Has to give the basketball up into Wimpkin, back out to Bainfield, back out to Nye on the right key, into the left corner to Cruz, and she'll bring the basketball back out front. Back out to Bainfield, and again, Napoleon very happy to run their offense, run the clock, and look for that good shot. Cruz down inside, ball gets knocked away. Bears on the run, here comes Groove, 1-on-3. She'll pull it up as she crosses midcourt. Gives it to Minor. Minor drives the lane, back outside. Miley drives right side, puts up a shot. She'll draw the foul. Ball won't go through the rim. So the Bears still trail by 16 with 2 free throws coming for Miley.
Woods with 2.
So Woods picks up the foul. That's team number 9. And Miley misses the front end of 2. Arnold will take a seat. Krupp will come back into the ball game for Coach Grosjean. Well, again, it's just one of those nights as the second shot will find Pater, and it's 44-29.
That makes her 50% from the line tonight, Jim.
And again, it's something that if you could just a couple tweaks here tonight, you know, if you hit 70% from the free throw line, that's a pretty good night for a high school team, I understand. But if you hit 70% there and you start off hitting a little bit better percentage in that first quarter, as Nice puts the double team on the right baseline and is able to knock one in to put the home team back up by 17, you know, this is a much closer basketball game. But again, another learning situation here for Coach Grosjean and his ladies. Group drives, puts up a shot, and again, it's just been one of those nights. We've had some good looks, we've had some good shots, but they've all been just a little bit short. Foul will send her to the free throw line as McKenna Groove would rather be going here to complete the and one.
Double bonus now, Nye picks up her 4th with that.
And Groove has this one skip over the iron, across the backboard, and back outside.
That's one of them too. You know, in case you don't get the and one, at least make the 2.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to be able to score. But again, it's a very young bunch of kids out here right now. She hits 1 of 2. Moves the Bears to the 30-point mark. Lydia Schroeder checks in now for the Napoleon Wildcats, and she is also joined by 31. We'll have to check that number. I don't have it. Maybe Julia Roush, I believe, is that one.
Yep.
So Roush is the other young lady coming off the bench for Napoleon.
It's the Henry County spelling of Roush there.
There you go. You got to love that, huh? You've got kin over here, don't you?
It is a Roush?
Yeah.
Not that Roush, but
yeah. So the Wildcats trying to end things as Roush tosses it to Cruz and then back outside to Schroeder. And again, the Wildcats very deliberate, very patient, more than willing to move as much time as they can. Groove with the steal. Miley has it poked away, and then she's just kind of run over. No call on that one. It's basically she had Wimpkin following her, and when Miley went down, Wimpkin fell right on top of her. Ball gets poked away by Minor. Kick the ball out of Schroeder's hands. Bears will bring Monroe back in, Sherrick back in, and Arnold back in. And they will sit Sabins and Lamberson and Groove, and you've got to believe that that's the last playing time of the night for those 3 young ladies. Dribble feed down on the left block, and then the ball back outside. Wildcats very patient. Find a wide open 3 shot. And that one is wide left and out of bounds, and it will be Bears basketball. Haley Maxey will check in for the Bears, and she'll get 39 seconds of playing time here tonight. And as Arnold will bring the ball up with 35 seconds to play in the game.
Hannah Maxey there.
Hannah Maxey, sorry about that. Bears looking for a shot. Ball gets kicked to Arnold. Looking to get it into Schurig. Instead, she'll bring it back outside with 19 seconds to shoot. Bears need to get something towards the rim right now with 13 seconds, and that ball gets kicked out of bounds by Schroeder.
No, they just threw it out.
It just went out of bounds, and it didn't catch anybody, so it would be a turnover, and the Wildcats will have the basketball back with 11.6 seconds to go in this one, and the ability to just dribble this ball out. Cruz with the basketball, she holds it up over her head, dribbles right back towards the midcourt stripe, and this is how this is going to end as the final horn blows here at the Grand Canyon, and the Bears will fall tonight to Napoleon 46-30. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll put some final numbers to it and wrap it up and head to the house. The Bears drop a big one tonight, 46-30, here in Napoleon at the Grand Canyon on BMU TV.
As the baby boomer generation tires of traditional send-offs, funerals are becoming increasingly more personalized. People are pre-planning their own remembrance gathering. Pre-planning is easy and will pay off both emotionally and financially for you and your family. Plus allows you more control over your last hurrah. At Krill Funeral Service, we're not just funeral directors. We are experts at helping hearts heal.
When you take your vehicle to a big box auto parts store, they want to sell you parts, which may not actually fix what's wrong with your vehicle. So instead of throwing money at the problem, guessing what parts to buy, and getting more and more frustrated by the day, bring your family vehicle to the experts at Whelan's Auto Repair in Bryan.
We properly diagnose the problem and fix it the right way to get your family vehicle safely and securely back on the road. And we stand behind our work because your satisfaction is always guaranteed.
Whelan's Auto Repair on Page Street across from Amtrak in Bryan.
It's been said a million times, there's nothing in the world more important than family. We understand that at Overland Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory. Our entire staff is like family to us. They are some of the most caring, thoughtful, and dedicated people in our industry. In fact, our newest members are part of my family. When the time comes for your family to say goodbye, remember our family, Overland Turnbull Funeral Home and Crematory, in Bryan, Sherwood, West Unity, and Hamilton.
They say there is strength in numbers. In Bryan, we have always taken pride in supporting our Golden Bear student athletes in all of their sporting endeavors. The Bryan Athletic Boosters now have a chance for you to get into the game. If you're Bryan proud, it's time to become Bryan strong. Whether you were a BHS athlete, are raising a BHS athlete, or just love supporting our Bryan High School athlete, this is your chance to be part of the BHS sporting community. Talk to any board member today on how easy it is to join, or contact us at 419-636-4536.
Back here in Napoleon, Jim and Eric on a Monday night, and tell you what, it's kind of a tough night for the Bears, and they will basically drop this ball game, and their season record now will drop to 6-14. And for Napoleon tonight, their win will make them 15-6 on the season. Napoleon will finish out their season, the regular portion of their season, against Springfield on the 11th. So that's coming up here on Friday, I believe. And the Bears will finish out their regular portion of the season with a league contest against Wauseon, and that will happen on Thursday night, and we will have that ball game for you here on BMU TV. Both teams then head down to Leipzig to open up their tournament. And it will be Bryan taking on Elida on the 16th in a 6:30 game there at Leipzig. And the winner of that ball game will take on number 1 seed in the sectional Ottawa Glandorf. And Defiance will be playing Napoleon in their opening game, and that will be the second game at Leipzig on that same night, the 16th. And the winner of that ball game will take on Salida. It was not a pretty night as the Bears really got off to a slow start. They were down 16-3 at the end of one. They were down 27-7 at half, And then they did do a better job there in the second half, but they fell quite a few short as they lose this ball game tonight here in Napoleon.
Yeah, Brian Jim didn't put a single player in double digits tonight when it came to scoring from the field. Delaney Miley had 5 points on the night, 8 points on the night for Minor. She was the leading scorer for the Golden Bears. Kennedy Lambertson with 4. Yeah, you're hearing me that kind of halfway there, aren't you, Jim?
Keep on going, man. I can hear you.
Okay. Kennedy Lambertson with 4 points on the night. Riley Sabins with 7 points. The second leading scorer was McKenna Grube for the night, and 4 for Asia Schrock. And for the Napoleon Wildcats, leading scorer for there tonight, Olivia Bainfeld, I will get it right, 16 points for her on the night. Maddie Nye with 9 points on the night. Taylor Rieger with 7, a single point for Alexi Woods from the free throw line, 2 points for Bethany Blackwood, 2 for Kramer, 2 for Cruz, 4 for Wimpkin. And that is the scoring for them.
Well, it was a tough night tonight for the Bears, who just couldn't get things going. Had a hard time. It went all the way down to 1 minute and 34 seconds left to go in the second period before they hit their first field goal of the night. They'd had only free throws up until that point in time. From that point on, they did seem to settle in, get a little more relaxed, played a lot better basketball in the second half. But unfortunately, things just didn't work all that well tonight for Coach Grosjean and his ladies. So one big thank you tonight to all of our sponsors, the folks that brought you the ball game: Whelan's Auto Repair, the Athletic Boosters, Genesis Healthcare, Grill Funeral Home, Northwest State Community College, Brian Ford Lincoln, Overland Turnbull Funeral Home, and we thank them as we have all year long for helping us bring these broadcasts to you on BMU TV. Big thank you to my buddy Eric Herman here tonight. Shar was here tonight with her posse. You know, Shar Miller had everybody here tonight, and the girls did a real good job tonight. Probably broke you at the concession stand tonight too, didn't they, Shar? Huh? Those girls can do wonders with a $50 bill at a high school concession stand.
And they still want to
like
buy
nobody
ice cream.
I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that? How that works?
It's that younger sibling kid.
It really is that younger sibling, and thank goodness.
Kids. Yes.
Thank goodness Joe Farrell will be happy that they're not on the dole tonight on the BMU side, because he couldn't afford, basically in his budget, to be able to feed these young ladies here on a Monday night.
No, he has enough problems trying to keep my hunger hat.
That's exactly it. That's going to do it for us tonight as the Bears fall. We'll talk to you again on the Thursday night here on BMU TV. Night, everybody.